Hi guys, if you're viewing my channel first time, please subscribe to my channel for more updates on embedded systems. Today we are mainly discussing about on one of the project bank locker security system. If you know the all the basics of embedded and also embedded C programming, then we are able to design this project very easily. And bank locker security system, if you want to design, we need interfacing of the LCD, we need, and also interfacing of the GSM module. And this is a door lock system, nothing but will interface one DC motor that we will treat as a door locking system. And here we are interfacing additionally one buffer. This also we can operate using the logic 1 or logic 0. And here we should also interface keypad 4 into 3 keypad. And here this is a power supply circuitry. If you want to for example, if you want to operate any hardware devices, we need to give the power supply. This is the power supply circuitry. And here this is our 805 microcontroller. Okay, if you want to design this project, we need all the subsystems, keypad, DC motor, how you are going to interface. And if you know the all the interfaces, then we can design this project very easily. Okay, today we are going to design this system. For example, using the keypad, we are going to enter the password. If the password is correct, then we are going to open the door. Then also we are going to send the message from the GSM modem saying that the successfully the door is opened. And the other way, for example, if the password is incorrect, then we are not going to open the door. Then we are going to indicate with the buzzer, and similar way we are going to send the message from the GSM modem saying that door is not opened. Okay, the same way we are going to send from the GSM. Here we need only the sending services. We do not need any receiving services from the GSM, only sending messages. Okay, here to display the status when we are going to enter the password, mainly using the LCD, we are going to know when we are going to enter the password and all, we are going to know using the LCD. Okay, these are the block diagrams are required to design this project. Okay, next we are going to design the hardware. This is a hardware circuit design. Okay, first here the power supply 230 volts to 9 volts AC step down transformer we have, and from that we have the this one AC to DC conversion using the bridge rectifier, filter, and the regulator. Okay, once we have the 5 volts, then we can give to the max 232 IC as well as microcontroller as well as L293D IC as well as LCD. We are going to give the power supply to the all the devices. And here this GSM module, it needs 9 volts AC power supply. Okay, that we are giving directly to the GSM module. And to communicate GSM module, we should always use the max 232 IC. To convert TTL logics to RS232 logics, we need this max 232 IC with 4 capacitors. Then we can convert TTL to max 232 RS232 logics. So we can communicate with the GSM module effectively using the UART communication, Universal Asynchronous Receiver and Transmitter. And we can send the message using this GSM modem. And here we are using 4 into 3 keypad. If you want to enter any password, we are using this keypad, and we are directly interfacing to the microcontroller. And here L293D IC, if you want to interface any DC motor, then we need this L293D IC to interface any motor. Okay, this is the motor we are using to unlock or lock the our ATM security system. Okay, next bank locker security system, sorry. And here alarm, here we are using buzzer as the alarm. Okay, if we enter incorrect password, then we are going to indicate using this buzzer. Okay, these are mainly all the components we discussed in this hardware design. This is the way we should design the hardware. And right now we are going to write the embedded C programming that we are going to flash in this microcontroller. Then we are going to achieve this project. Okay, right now I have the initial program, GSM interfacing program. Okay, that I am going to take as a my initial program. Already we discussed in the GSM session. We already discussed in the previous videos. Okay, that's why I'm going to take this base program and I'm going to create new project. Okay, here this is an empty project. Today we are going to design new project. That's why I'm taking the new Microvision project, and in the desktop I will create new folder. Okay, we are going to design new project. That's why I'm going to create one new folder. Okay, bank locker security system. Okay, this is the way I just created the folder. Similar way here I can this is a project Microvision project name, bank locker security. Okay, this is the way I'm just writing the name of the Microvision project. Okay, the same name will be replicated here, and here we should choose the microcontroller, which controller we are going to write the programming. Here I am just going to the Intel 8051. Okay, here we have the 128 bytes of RAM, 4 KB of ROM, 5 interrupts, 2 timers, 32 IO lines, 8-bit microcontroller. Okay, this I am going to take and okay, do okay. And here we have the all the startup files. And right now I'm going to create new file .c file, and new .c file I'm creating. This is a bank locker security.c. Okay, this same file I have created, and right now I'm going to paste the same program. Okay, here we have the GSM program, and what and all the required programming I am going to keep it here, and remaining I am going to delete. Okay, here always we will be starting the execution from the start. Okay, always from the main. Okay, here this is the initialization is required. If you want to communicate with the GSM module, this baud rate should be initialized. And after that, to use the LCD in our project, we have LCD also. See here we have LCD also. That's why I'm going to keep as it is. And welcome to my project. After some delay, we are clearing the LCD, and we are going to display YT Training Institute. And after some delay, we are checking the link. Okay, this is also required. Okay, if you want to send or receive the SMS, we should always check the link whether it is GSM is connected or not, connected to the microcontroller or not. That's why this GSM link is required. Send SMS is here not required. Here GSM link, what we are doing here, then let's see here GSM link. Here we are always sending the AT, and the OK should come from the this GSM module. Okay, when we received the OK, then we are saying that GSM is connected. Okay, link is up. Okay, for example, AT I am sending from the microcontroller to the GSM. Then I got the reply saying that OK from the GSM module to the microcontroller. Then we'll say GSM link is up. Okay, next step, AT plus CMGF equal to 1. I am going to change the to the text mode. The GSM module initially it will be in the init mode. Right now I am going to change to the text mode. Okay, after that again if you get the OK from the GSM module to the microcontroller, then we are moving to the text mode. After that we are able to send the messages effectively using this GSM. Okay, the that's why we are this step is required. Okay, GSM link, and this is a receiving messages are not required in our scope. That's why I'm deleting all the main programming. Okay, okay, here we are going to write the our functionality here. We need send SMS. Everything is needed, and we need keypad also. So far we have LCD program within this. LCD serial communication GSM. Okay, here if you see the block diagram, we have LCD program within this .c file right now. Here LCD command init LCD string. Okay, we have LCD program as well as GSM sending program. We have called the GSM link to verify the whether it is connected or not. After that, we are able to send the message using this send SMS program. Okay, we have all the GSM program we have as well as LCD. Right now we are going to write the programming for the keypad, and also later on we'll be trying to write the programming for door as well as buzzer. Okay, right now I am going to interface this keypad also. Okay, already we have written the keypad programming in the previous session in the keypad interfacing with the 805 microcontroller. Okay, from here I am going to take the required code and I am going to copy to the main program. Okay, here I am going to define all the, here L1 is not required. In the previously for the GSM we used L1 pin. Okay, right now here 90 already port 1 is dedicated for the LCD data. That's why here I am going to use the port 2, port 2.0, 2.1, 2.2, 2.3, 2.4, 2.5, 2.6. Okay, here we should not use both the functionalities at one pin. Okay, for example, LCD data I'm using 90 means complete port 1 I'm using LCD data pins. That's why I moved the port 1 to port 2, or the keypad pins. Okay, rows and columns I moved to the port 2. Okay, already port 2.0, 2.1 we have here, and right now I am going to move to the 3.0, 3.1 we should not use. Okay, we should always interface with the GSM module. That's why I'm going to use 3.2, 3.3 for the RS and enable. 3.2 and 3.3 I'm using for the RS and enable for the LCD. 3.2, 3.3. Okay, this is a hardware design we are going to do it now. Okay, 3.2, 3.3 I'm going to connect to the LCD. This is the RS pin. Next one is enable pin. Okay, this is the way we designed. Okay, the LCD is successfully interfaced to the microcontroller using the port 1 are the data pins. See here, port 1 I connected all the data pins, and remaining RS and enable 3.2 and 3.3. Okay, the LCD is interfaced successfully, and right now I am going to interface keypad. Okay, here the port 2 I should interface the keypad. Right now I am going to search the keypad here from the library. Okay, here we have the phone keypad, and directly we can enter the all the password from here. And we have the 2.0 first row 1, and 3.2 is row 2. 3 point sorry 2.0 is row 1. Okay, little bit will zoom it. Okay, here we have 2.2, we should connect row 3. Will connect clearly. Okay, 2.3 will connect to the row 4. And similar way, column 1, column 2, column 3 sequentially we can connect. 1, this is a column, sorry, should connect from here. This is a column 2, and last one column 3. Okay, we interfaced keypad also successfully from the 2.0 to 2.6. Okay, here 2.0 to 2.6 the pins are defined, and right now I am going to take the required program from the keypad. Okay, here I took the only the pins, and remaining functionality I'm going to copy from here. This is a keypad program which we written earlier. That's why I'm just copying this one, and I'm going to define new API. Okay, here I am continuously checking whether any switch is pressed or not. Okay, here I'm going to write one more program, void keypad void. Okay, this is a definition of the program, and a similar way we should also declare top of the function. Okay, here starting we have so many functions, and here we have the declared, and here we have defined the program. And let's see what we have done. If the, for example, column is 1 is pressed, and after that row also is 0, then we are treating it as 1 is pressed. Okay, that way we were already written the keypad programming, And right now I'm going to extend little bit. For example, if the LCD data, if row 0, row, for example, column 1 is 0 and row 1 is also 0, then we are treating it as LCD of 1. Okay, this we should consider it as a password. For example, if I press this switch, that column 1 and row 1 will be 0. Okay, we are going to short the both the lines. That's why the both the pins will be 0, and that's why here I will displaying it as 1 here. Okay, if I press the 1, I'm going to display onto the LCD 1, and similar way I will treat it as a password. Okay, if you press this one, I should consider, okay, 1 is pressed, so that I will store the first digit is a password, first digit. That way we can store it in the in our programming. Okay, here we should take password of 5. For example, let us take password of 5 characters. Okay, let us take the 5, and here we need one index also. For the indexing, I am taking the p. Okay, this two I have defined here, and we can use in our programming. For example, here password of p I can write here, password of p. Here I can increment the this p for the next digit. Okay, here we should increment the next p. Here see, for example, let us assume first my I value is 0. For example, here I can write my program. Okay, first initially I should clear all the password digits. That's why here p equal to 0, p is less than, p is less than 5, p plus plus. Okay, here I am going to clear the this password initially. This password of p, I am going to initialize with the null. Password of p, I am going to initialize with the single quotes null character. Okay, here I am going to clear all the digits initially. Okay, when we enter to the while of 1, and I am going to clear the password, complete password I am going to clear. And after that, here I am going to initialize my p value equal to 0 again. And right now I am going to check my while p is less than 4. Here usually we'll take the 4 digit password. For example, 1 2 3 4, and the fifth one we should initialize with always null character, so that we are forming one of the string. Okay, this will treat as a one of the string. Okay, here I need 4 digit. This is a, password of 0, password of 1, password of 2, password of 3. Okay, that's why here I written less than 4. For example, 0 1 2 3, and until 3 index I am going to stay in this while loop. Okay, here I'm calling this keypad functionality, keypad programming calling here. Okay, first here p value is 0, 0 is less than 4. Okay, here my password of 0 right now, right? For example, if I press 1 here, password of 0, my p value is 0. Okay, right now my p value is 0, and the password of 0 nothing but, let us assume I pressed 1. Okay, now I stored the password of 0, sorry. Here my p value is 0, that's a password of 0, and in the single quotes always we should represent the character 1. Okay, here I stored 1. Okay, we should store 1 here. For example, why? Because we are pressing 1. The same data we are displaying on LCD. Similar way, this password also I am storing the 1. Okay, here I stored the 1 initially. For example, I am incrementing p value here. Right now, password of password of 1 now. Okay, now for example, let us see, I have pressed to 2 now, let us assume. Similar way I am going to write this extension here also. Okay, right now my p value is 1, and let us assume I pressed to 2. Okay, that's why here I will store like 2. Okay, that's why I'm incrementing. If I press one more time, then I'm incrementing the next digit. Okay, that's why I have written this code. And a similar way, if we have many statements within this if, so we should have a open and close braces. Okay, this like this we should write if you have multiple statements within the if loop. Okay, similar way I'm going to write the same extension here and close. Okay, here we I'm just saying that this is a 1. Here should be 4. Here it is 7. Here it is star. Okay, see here, for example, if I press the star, similar way I'm storing in the password also star. Okay, that's why I'm extending this program like this. Okay, and similar way I should extend for the all the places, all the digits. Okay, if you see the keypad, we should always write the password for the all the digits. Okay, similar way I'm just extending my program, and here it is 2. Okay, I just copied everything the same, and here it is hash, and here it is 9. The same thing, just I'm extending 6, and this is 3, and this is 0. Okay, finally we are going to validate the output as well, whether it is working or not working. And here we are writing the program lively, and this is star 7 4. Okay, the similar way we were extended our programming, and here I have should open and close the braces. We have many statements, and here also we should open and close. Similarly, we should write like this for all the places. Open and close. Last one, open and close. Okay, here hash 96369 star, and 2580, correct, and here 147 star. Okay, yeah, here we finished the keypad programming. Here see here, first initially my p value is 0, and if we enter, for example, I have entered the logic, for example, I have pressed the first one digit, so that here I am capturing the password of 0 to the 1. And similarly, if I press the 2 in the keypad, and similarly I will come to here, I will be capturing the same data here. Why? Because this p value is incremented by 1 here, so that password of 1 I am storing 2. Similar way, password of 3, if I press 3, then I am storing this one. Password of 4 will be like this, for example. Okay, similar way I'm like extending like this. Password of 3, I'm entering the 3. Password of this is a 0 1, this is a 2, sorry, 2. Index is 2, and this is a 3. And similarly we are storing 1 2 3 4. Okay, let us assume I'm going to give the password as 1 2 3 4. And here I got the password here. For example, I got the, let us assume I got the 4 digit, and that's why I have written p less than 4. And the fifth digit, nothing but index is 4. My fifth digit I am assigning as a null character, equal to the same null character which we represented here, the same thing I am just assigning. Okay, here I form like this 1 2 3 4, and null character nothing but we are forming a one of the string. Okay, now it contains one string, and right now I am going to write one comparison, string comparison, equal to double equal to st or strings compare. Okay, strcmp string compare, and here I am going to compare whatever the password 1 and 1 2 3 4. Okay, this is a string I am comparing like this. Okay, if the password whatever the stored one. Okay, already we stored, we have captured the keypad. For example, I pressed 4 times, 1 2 3 4 like this, and I am just forming a like a string like here. Okay, here this is a string we should enter from the this keypad. Okay, if the already stored one, this is a stored one, this is the entered one. If both are same, then this string comparison it will return 0. Okay, that means password is correct. Okay, here I can say entered password is correct. Okay, here you are entering the keypad. This I will store it in the second row. Okay, here after the link checking, then I am going to write little bit program here, and bank locker, or I can just write enter password. Okay, here I am going to enter the password. Okay, here I am going to enter the password here. Okay, the second row, what I will say here, I will give the second row. I am going to enter the this password. I am going to visualize in the second row. C0 nothing but second row. Here I am going to enter the locker password, and here I am going to see. Okay, here I can say bank locker will be writing like this, and password it won't be fit into the within the 16 bit. Okay, here when we visualize in the LCD bank locker, we should enter the password 1234. Okay, when then we are going to match with the stored one, then we are going to enter here. Okay, now bank locker password is correct. That way we can write it here. We should always notify the status. Okay, here after this delay, I'm going to print like bank locker. Otherwise, I will say entered password is correct. Okay, here entered password is correct. Then we are going to send the message. Okay, here I am going to send the message saying that entered password is correct, and we are going to open the door. Okay, here as of now, and we have not interfaced the this motor and the buzzer. Right now we are going to extend the programming, and here the entered password is correct, and right now we are going to send the message. Okay, here I am going to little bit extend my send SMS program. SMS send program, I am going to give the unsigned char. Yes. Okay, here I am giving the character. Why? Because I should send the two messages. For example, if the door is opened, I will say bank locker is opened, successfully opened, and the other case bank locker is not successfully opened. That way we can just try send two messages. Okay, here in the else part we should send another message. That's why I am going to add one more line here. If if s double equal to 0, then I am going to send the text message like this. Okay, I am going to remove the previous text YT training institute. I am going to replace with, here I am going to replace locker is opened successfully. Okay, this test I am going to send as a SMS. If it is 0, for example, else I am going to send some other text like this. Bank locker is not opened. Okay, here I will write bank also. Bank locker is not opened. Not opened. Successfully I will remove. Okay. Okay. Similar way here we can send the message like this. Okay. If I pass the 0, then I will send like bank locker is opened successfully. Okay. Here I will send SMS. Okay. This is the definition, and declaration also should be the same. And I'm going to copy this declaration as it is in the send SMS send. Okay, and here right now I am going to call the send SMS with 0, so that we are going to send the message from the GSM module like this: bank locker is opened. Okay, this is a SMS program, SMS sending, and ATCM GS, and command for message sending, and we are going to send to this number, all the 9 number, and we are going to give the double quotes, and we are going to do the 0x0d means enter, and here I am going to this is a double quotes for the number, and after the enter we should type the text. Okay, this is the text I am going to send as a SMS. 0x1a means sent SMS. Okay, SMS is sent, and similarly I am going to display onto the LCD SMS sent. Okay, this is the same message, and send SMS I am going to call it here with 0. That means we are going to send the SMS as bank locker successfully opened. 0 means successfully opened, and if it is 1 means not opened. Okay, similar way we are going to write. Okay, right now I send the SMS. Now the password is correct, and right now I am going to open the door. Okay, now the I will say door is opening. I will write some more text here. Okay, again I will clear. Now SMS sent. After the SMS sent, I am going to open the door. Okay, door is locker is opening. I will say locker is opening. Okay, here in the second row, I think we can give the some empty text. Second row is not required. Okay, next here locker is opening. Okay, that means we should define the now motor pins here. Okay, I have the 3.2, 3.3 already filled, and now I will define two more pins. One is motor 1 1 pin, motor 1 2 pin. Okay, here I am going to define two more pins for the motor. Let it be 3.4 and 3.5. I am going to interface one DC motor. Okay, 3.4 and 3.5. I am going to interface one L29 3D IC. Okay, here I am going to here we have already L29 3D IC here, so I can take directly. And similar way we should take one motor also. If you want to treat as a our locker, so that we can just directly interface this one. Okay, here we should connect power supplies as we already discussed in the previous section sessions. Okay, here I am going to give the two power supplies. One is for the 5 volts and another is for the 12 volts power supply. This is a motor power supply. Okay, some issue, I'm not able to connect. Okay, I will just move little bit left or some right. Okay, let us move this one to little bit down. Okay, here I can connect effectively. Sorry. Okay, let us connect like this. Okay, here is 12 volts, and here is 5 volts. Okay, similar way, this is a power supply for the IC, and this is a power supply for the motor. That's why that is the 12 volts. And the enable pin also we should connect to the 5 volts. And the in this ground should be connected to the ground. Only right now we are going to use one motor, and the input 3 and 4 is not required to connect to anything, and this is how we can connect for the one motor, and the lower side is not required, and only this input 1 and input 2 we should connect to the motor like this. Okay, this is a 3.4 and 3.5 we should connect to the input 1 and input 2, so we can send 10 means the motor is clockwise direction. That means locker is opening, and if it is 00 stop, so we can withdraw the money. And similar way we can close by using the anti-clockwise direction, again stop. Okay, that program we are going to write it now. Okay, okay, here locker is opening. I will say 0 1, motor 1 2 is 0. Okay, 10 means it is clockwise direction. 10 means it is clockwise direction. That means locker is opening. I have displayed, and we'll give some delay. Okay, this much time the locker is opening. Okay, I displayed the text like this: locker is opening, and this much delay we were opening the locker. Okay, to the clockwise direction, and similar way I can write like this, and after that sometime I will clear this text. Okay, locker is opened. Here I can say I will say locker is opened, then I will say stop. Okay, after the locker is opened, I should stop the motor to withdraw. Okay, here we can withdraw the money from the bank, and similar way the last use case, and similar way I should close the door. Okay, after the withdraw I should close the door, and here similar way I'm going to write the same extension like here, and similar way I'm just copying the same content and pasting it here, and here after some delay, here I'm just clearing the previous text opened. Here I will say closing. Okay, locker is closing, then I will say 01 means anti-clockwise direction, again the stop opened. Okay, after the opened, then we should draw the money. Then after that, now it is closing. 01 means closing. After this delay, I should stop. Stop means 00. Then I will say closing, closed. Okay, what I will say? I will say closed. Locker is closed. And if you see 00 means closed. Okay, similar way we wrote the like this. Okay, here see here, if you enter the password 1234, then we will say and entered password is correct. Then after that we are going to send the message, and after this delay, and we are going to open the locker using the 10. That means clockwise direction I have opened the locker, and now the locker is opening. After that I will display opened means we can withdraw the money, and after that it will be closing, and after the closing it will stop. Okay, we will say locker is closed. Okay, this is the way we can write the programming. And the else part, for example, if we entered incorrectly, like all the ones if I entered, then I should go to the else part, then I will say I will just turn on the buzzer. Okay, the last pin we are going to define here as bit buzzer equal to port 3 cap of 6. Okay, here almost we used three ports. If you see here, port 1 is already used, and port 2 already used, and port 3 also now, right now we are going to use completely. Now I am going to connect buzzer to the 3.6. Okay, here what I will display, password entered password is incorrect. I will display here in the else part, entered password is incorrect. Okay, I will give delay here at the end. Okay, entered password is incorrect. I will turn on the buzzer here. Okay, here what I will do, I will say just to turn on the buzzer with some time. Here initially buzzer I should initialize with 0. That means I am not turning on the buzzer. Okay, initially means here I will just initialize the buzzer equal to 0. That means I am not turning on the buzzer initially, turning off the buzzer. And similar way, motor 1 and motor pins also we can just initialize with 0. That means initially we are just stopping the motor. Motor 1 2 pin also 0. 0 means we are stopping the motor as well. And see here the buzzer to turn on, I am giving the logic 1 here. In the else part, I am going to turn on the buzzer now. Okay, after some delay, here I can give a buzzer equal to 1, and here I can say I will wait for some delay. Okay, this much delay, I am going to turn on the buzzer. Okay, and after that I will turn off the buzzer equal to 0. Okay, this is the way we written the program, and also right now we should design the this buzzer interface now. Okay, here I will design one NPN transistor is required. Okay, let us take first thing is we should take the buzzer. Okay, we should type the buzzer here, then we'll get so many. Okay, here it will give the sound as well. Okay, if the password is incorrect, it will give the sound. And double click and let us know the properties. Here if you see 12 volts, it is operating with 12 volts. That's why I'm going to take one transistor. Using the transistor, okay, here the from the microcontroller I can only give 5 volts or 0 volts. With that I am not going to turn on this buzzer. That's why I am going to take one transistor. From the transistor I am going to turn on this buzzer. NPN transistor I am taking. and with logic 10 I'm going to send to this transistor from the microcontroller. This end I am connecting to the buzzer, and this I should connect to the ground. Sorry, as true. We should connect to the ground, and this one we should connect to the buzzer. 3.6 is my buzzer pin. Okay, if you see here in the code also, 3.6 is buzzer. There is a 3.6. Okay, similar way I have connected 3.6 to the buzzer. Okay, this buzzer I have connected, and we should give the 12 volts to operate this one. Okay, we should go to the generators DC. Here we should give 12 volts to operate this buzzer. Double click and give the 12 volts. Okay, here I have given the 12 volts, and whenever I send the logic one, for example, if it is incorrect password, I am going to turn on the this buzzer. Okay, if it is incorrect password, entered password is incorrect. Okay, I will just write incorrect. Okay, after it is incorrect, I am going to turn on the buzzer sometime. Then again I will come back to the main program again here while of one again bank locker means we should enter the password. Okay, this loop will repeat forever. Let us compile and see any errors or warnings in our key. Okay, if here I am getting the keypad missing prototype. Okay, here the function declaration and definition is not able to find it. Okay, here I think keypad the naming is incorrect. If you see the function name is keypad. Okay, that's why this warning is coming up. And the other error is it is expecting semicolon. Yeah, I think this is an incorrect text we were written. It is not part of the program. And right now I'm going to compile and generate the executable from this complete .c file. And right now I'm going to flash and verify the behavior. And this is the correct time which we flashed now. And I'm going to select the same executables, and I have flashed the same. And right now we are going to validate the output. We have designed the complete hardware, and also we written the complete embedded C programming. And right now I'm going to validate the output, and I'm going to run my the Proteus. And here if you see from the start, if you see, welcome to my project YT Training Institute. Okay, these are text we displayed initially, and after that it is displaying GSM checking. Always it is sending the AT command to the GSM, and the GSM should reply with OK. And initially in our programming, right, we should always write like this. Okay, the GSM link we should always write index 2 and 3, but right now for our testing 0 and 1 I have given, so we can directly give our OK from here directly. Okay, then let us check it is going to the link up. See here, the link is up means GSM is connected. Okay, it is considered as GSM is connected. Right now it is sending 80 plus CMGF equal to 1. Right now I want to move this GSM module to the text mode. Okay, that's why I'm sending this command. Okay, whenever I got reply okay from this GSM to the microcontroller, then it will be moved to the text mode. Okay, right now it is in the text mode. And right now we should go to the bank locker. Now we should enter the password after the GSM link is up. Then we should enter the password. Okay, right now the password should be 1234. Okay, this is a password we stored in our programming, 1234. If it is matches to this password only, then only we'll go to inside. Entered password is correct, and the locker is opening, so that we'll see the motor is clockwise direction. Okay, the everything we'll see now. Okay, right now I am going to enter the correct password. Press 1. Okay, 1 is displayed here. Similar way 2. Okay, the same data I am going to store in the password. Okay, if you see here in the keypad, 1 is I displayed on the LCD. The same password will be stored in this password array. And here I am going to store like this 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, right now I have pressed 1, 2. Now I am going to press 3, 4. See here now the sending SMS. That means it's correct. Okay, whatever the password is correct. Let's see. Now I am sending the message saying that bank locker is opened successfully. SMS sent. Now after that locker is opening. See here clockwise direction locker is opened. Now it is closing. See here locker open and closed also. If you want we should give more delay. Okay, right now I shown you that locker is opened and stopped, again closed. Okay, this way we displayed in our LCD. Locker is opened, closed. For example, ease will remove. I think sometimes it's not displaying clearly. That's why I will remove ease. Then we'll recompile and verify the output. Okay, similar way I will do a one more time the simulation. Okay, here again we'll send OK to the GSM to the microcontroller. Okay, now the link is up. Similar way we'll send OK to move to the text mode. Now we move to the text mode, and after that we should enter the password 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now it will sending the message saying that locker is opened, and after that it will try to open. See here, after the SMS sent, then it will locker is opening. See, locker is opening. Again, locker is closing. Yeah, again it is coming to the same. Okay, let us. This is a pause to changes. Okay, for example, this is a pause to password. Okay, let us give the this one incorrect password. Let's see whether the buzzer is buzzing or not. Okay, and right now I am going to give the incorrect password 1, 2, 5, 6. Okay, I'm giving some random pass. See here, enter password is incorrect. I can see buzzer is yeah sounding. Okay, and similar way, if you want to give another password also, it will always give the some other always it will give the buzzer. Okay, similar way, I'm giving some four ones. See here, entered password is incorrect. The buzzer is yeah, buzzing. Okay, similar way, if you want to give the correct password, then we'll see the locker is opened, and this is how we implemented the project. And we have the complete code. Maybe I will be attaching into our video description. Maybe you can just download and practice more on this project. Okay, here we fulfilled complete project, and the only the change I think we need to revert is for if you want to flash in the real-time hardware, it should be a 2 and 3. Okay, this code only I am going to check in our video description. 2 and 3, similar here also 2 and 3. Okay, this is how we finished the project, and we started from the initially in our channel, right? We are going to learn about LCD initially, after that GSM, and also we know about the this DC motor interfacing, and also today we learned about the buzzer, how we are going to interface and how we are going to interact. And similarly, keypad also we learned previously. So we designed one complete project today, and also we validated output also. This is how, if you want to design hardware, then we should design like this, and you should flash this program, whatever we written program in the real-time hardware, then we will see the real-time behavior. Okay, this is a prototype. If you want to implement in the real-time manner, so some digital lockers will be there, that also will operate with logic 0 and 1. Maybe we can use that also. Maybe the same programming can real timely we can use the in our practically we can use this designing. Okay, thank you guys, thank you for watching.